Today we're going to talk about why men ain't until they're almost 45 or 50 because they don't know how to control their dog-like nature inside of them, if you know what I mean. Today we're going to be talking about sex. I'm going to try not to say the word too much because I think this video will get flagged, but this chapter is all about the transmutation of that energy into something more productive. So let's go ahead and start with that first part that I mentioned, which says, majority of men who succeed do not begin to do so until the age of 40 to 50. Their tendency to dissipate their energies through overindulgence in the physical expression of the emotion of the majority of men never learn that the urge for has other possibilities, which far transcend in importance that of mere physical expression. Majority of those who make this discovery do so after having wasted many years at a period when their energy is at its height, prior to the age of 45 to 50. This is usually followed by noteworthy achievements. So ladies, you heard it first here from a man himself that most men aren't worth dealing with until they're 40 or almost 50. You might be thinking, well, how do I transmute this energy? What do I transmute it to that's better? We're gonna talk about that. We're also gonna talk about how to cultivate this energy within you. Then we're going to talk about how women have all the power. And lastly, how I use this energy and transmute it myself. So what are the things that you can transmute this energy into? He says there's 3 productive uses. Number 1 is the perpetuation of mankind, meaning making children. That one makes sense to me. Number 2, I'm not sure I agree with it as much. It says the maintenance of health. As a therapeutic agency, it has no equal. I'm not sure I agree with that because as a woman, like, don't get me wrong, it's fun or whatever, but sometimes dealing with men makes you literally need therapy. So I'm kind of back and forth on that one. Then number 3, the transformation of mediocrity into genius through transmutation. I believe in that one wholeheartedly. So I'm about 2 out of 3 with him on this one. The transmutation of this energy is so important, especially while that energy is very high, because he lists 10 things that raise your frequency. He says there the desire for expression, love, a burning desire for fame, power, or financial gain or money, music, friendship, a mastermind alliance, mutual suffering, autosuggestion, fear, narcotics, and alcohol. But what he states is that the truth is the most intense and powerful of all the stimuli are number 1, the desire for expression. Now, as a woman, I think that's very important for you to understand. Men, according to this book, because I think like this. I don't know if ladies, if you're different, whatever, but I personally don't just want that more than anything I want in the world. Like, basically, he says in here that that's the biggest desire for men and they will literally do anything to please a woman. And I'm going to go into that more too, so that ladies, you understand how much power you have, because right here he says that scientific research supports this. The men who have accumulated great fortunes and achieved outstanding recognitions in literature, art, industry, and architecture and other professions were motivated by the influence of a woman. Ladies, what does that mean? That means that you hold all the power. Nothing is going to get done without you. Empires will fall because of a woman. Realize the power you have and stop messing with people that do not benefit you. If they are not doing something beneficial for you, why on earth would you give them your most valuable energy? Why would you give them this energy that can literally propel them forward to be the greatest of all time, to be whatever they can be, when they don't even know how to discipline, when they don't even have the discipline to control that themselves? You need to not give your energy to anyone who's not doing something beneficial for you. Let's go over how you can actually cultivate this energy within you. And the first thing they say is the handshake. It says here, the touch of the hand indicates instantly the presence of magnetism or a lack of it. The second thing it says you can work on is the tone of voice. Magnetism or sex energy is the factor which the voice may be colored or made musical or charming. So if you're ever dealing with somebody, make sure to make that voice very charming. Next is posture and carriage of the body. Highly people move briskly and with grace and ease. The next one says the vibration of thought. Highly people mix the emotion of you know what with their thoughts, or may do so at will, and in that way may influence those around them. And then body adornment. People who are highly are usually very careful about their personal appearance. They usually select clothing of a style becoming to their personality, physique, and complexion. Doing these small things can magnetize your energy to something just slightly different that might be beneficial to you. Now, obviously, especially for gentlemen, the desire for you know what has a lot of pull and power over them. But when you mix those with romance and love, you actually get a very different emotion, which becomes a memory of love, which I was reading here. He says that the emotions of love and leave their unmistakable marks upon the features. Moreover, these signs are so visible that all who wish may read them. The man who is driven by a storm of passion based upon desire alone plainly advertises that fact on his entire body by the expression of his eyes, the lines of his face. The emotions of love, when mixed with the emotions of, softens and modifies and beautifies the facial expressions. No character analysis is needed to tell you this. You may observe this for yourself. So if you're trying to understand if this person has ever experienced love, like look at their face and you could probably read it on them. Now let's go ahead and talk about my experience transmuting this energy. I think as I've gotten older, I've learned that this is something very sacred and you should be very protective of this, especially as a woman, because as it says in the book, like these men are just after one thing until about the age of 40 or 50. So you should without a doubt protect yourself and channel that energy and only put it into somebody that is really worthy of that attention and energy. So you should not waste your energy with somebody that isn't benefiting you at all in any capacity, even a little bit. So ladies, make sure to take care of yourself and protect yourself. Now, is this as applicable to women? I'm not sure, to be honest, because I don't feel like we, and I'm speaking very generally, but I don't feel like we are that predatory when it comes to that, and that's not all we're seeking out of people. So I feel like the transmutation of this energy can look more like making sure that you're not doing this with somebody that isn't benefiting you, and you can at least transmute it in that way and make sure you're getting energy for what you will be giving out to them without even realizing you're doing. Because this book explains that men would not do anything or be anything basically without the influence of a woman. So just take a moment to sit with that and think about that, because your energy is so valuable. You should not be giving it up to somebody that isn't benefiting you in a million different ways. So on that note, guys, take care. Bye-bye.